we are stuck in a loop of it, though. So, endless Stone Cold to kick us off here tonight for episode 27. SWA action. We've got a good card ahead of us tonight. Aftermath of Right to Fight last week. Our second pay-per-view of Season 2. We had the 30-man Rumble. And some shenanigans happened there. We had arguably the best Rumble performance we've ever seen from Al Sebastian. Came up short. Didn't win it, though.
Yeah, it was an incredible performance. I think, you say arguably the best. I think, statistically speaking, I think it was one of the best. I believe he had the most eliminations, maybe also the longest time in ring. I'm not sure about that one, but the stats are pretty tough to argue against. So I think it's at the very least, he didn't win, Al Sebastian, but he's got some momentum on it. The wind's at his back right now. He can only go up from here.
He had 27 minutes and 20 seconds for Al Sebastian, easily the longest entrant we've ever had, nearly doubling the record time from last year by Dr. Morbius. 7 eliminations for Big Al, and yet it was the returning Aloysius S. Yates that got the victory in the end. 3 eliminations of his own, including Big Al. And what a surprise return that was. We got Aloysius S. Yates back.
Yeah, he's been missing for some time. We've heard tell of his house on Malta being, weirdly empty, not necessarily abandoned, but there's nobody home and no one knew where he was. And I think I'm just excited that he's back, Beach Dad is back.
Yeah, and we, fresh off the Rumble, we've got some returns. We saw some NEW stars show up just to kind of fill it out, and an exciting Rumble. And we kick off tonight actually with a match sort of sparked by the Rumble. Chiamaka and Digway taking on Flynn Turner Simmons here tonight. FTS was a bit of a surprise, 3.5 eliminations. That was the second most of the night, and he went the second longest, over 12 minutes. He was the one that eliminated Ndigwe, and they're going to match up tonight and see what happens. Maybe a little bit of revenge for Ndigwe, or perhaps FTS can prove that he's got this handled just like he did in the Rumble.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, Ndigwe really wants to kind of get his moment back. And, I understand that the guy who eliminates you in the Rumble, you're like, I could have won. I was there except for this one guy. So you want to prove it to yourself. It's a moment of pride. But FTS, I agree with your assessment. A surprisingly strong performance in the Rumble. We've seen him kind of on the upswing in tag team action somewhat recently. Maybe he's feeling himself a little more.
Could be
Those young colors are popping.
Some issues though there. He did eliminate his teammate Lucien Badeau.
True. That is true.
Rumble, I forgot. Every man for yourself was on full display there. Had some help with the team and went ahead and eliminated Lucien Badeau. But he's got a chance here tonight against. Well, hold on a second. We're gonna cut backstage. We've got some issues here. Prior to that match, Chiamaka and Digway has attacked Art Vandelay.
Oh my! What going on here? You'd think Art would be with the other disciples of Gray. Kind of sticking together as a team. And Digway seems to have found him cornered and just jumped him.
Yeah, Chiamaka and Digway going after Art Vandelay in the back here. We've got, as you can tell, camera crew back there now. Not sure what is going on here. The Sage is going after the latex salesman.
Yeah, he may not be a fan of the recent program put on by Gracious Garrison Gray and his acolytes. He may not be a fan of the particular brand of graciousness offered. Maybe this is a commentary on that. I don't know, but he wasn't even supposed to wrestle Vandelay tonight. I think Vandelay was just here to check out catering. Oh, and
Oh.
up for the backbreaker. My
Yeah,
goodness.
definitely not. You know, Vandalay, you can tell he's still got the suit on. He's not prepped for this at all. He's trying to defend himself here, but the attack by Ndigwe, I'm not sure we're going to get that matchup tonight. Looks like the Sage had other plans.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we got a specific schedule we got to keep with advertisers and such. So jumping this guy backstage, and Ndigwe has just given up on his match out in the ring, but I don't know, maybe he had more important priorities, sending a message to the Disciples of Grey. Beautiful Northern Lights suplex there by Ndigwe as he continues to just wail on Art Vandalay.
Yeah, we're not sure what's going on, but we're going to stick with it and see it through here, and unless this is broken up. Oh, off the crate.
Just caught it right on the corner, too. You know, those are hard, and then obviously the corners are reinforced with metal. That's the worst part of that to catch.
And after, you know, we saw Bobby Plaster taken down at Right to Fight by the Disciples, all three of them, was via disqualification, but maybe Ndigwe's, you know, evening the odds here. He's singled out Art Vandalay.
Yeah, maybe so. You know, I think it's a smart way to even the odds is to do just that. Just pick them off one at a time, catch them alone, and wear it down. Because, yeah, it seems like they're not willing to fight fair, per se. Again, on that lower back, man, what a backbreaker from Ndigwe, who really is laying in the hurt right now. It's like he's trying to put Vandalay out of commission for a long time.
I've got word that earlier today, Bobby Plaster himself put out a statement that was aimed at Garrison Gray and said that they were coming for his cult. Is Chiamaka and Ndigwe part of that we, part of that they?
It would seem so. I mean, this is, you know, he issues a warning. Oh, again into the road cases. You know, he issues a warning, and then, you know, not long after, we see the fruits of that warning. You know, this is
brutal.
Golly, just laying into his chest,
stomping an absolute mud hole in Art Vandalay here. Art finally gets to his feet.
It would seem, as you said, that Ndigwe is in cahoots of some sort with Bobby Plaster, who has named himself #1 enemy of the Disciples of Grey. Seems Ndigwe has joined the list.
We are all the way out in the parking garage here.
This is shaping up to be a war.
Security section again with the crate. Art Vandalay's taking a beating to the chest and stomach here. Crates and boots. And
another kick right to the chest. It's got to be hard for him to breathe at this point.
Oh, no.
Up for it, and the Tiger Bomb.
Tiger Bomb, and Art Vandalay is out. He is out on the concrete of the parking garage. My goodness.
What a brutal
beatdown. The Sage shows up out of nowhere and knocked Art out.
Indeed, really beat him down, put in the hurt, and I think it's going to be a little while before we can see Art Vandalay competing as a member of the Disciples of Grey.
I mean, that shot on the concrete, that Tiger Bomb, that's he's going to feel that one tomorrow and for a while. My goodness. The Sage. You know, Ndigwe had a pretty good rumble showing. He went about 10 minutes. Heard that he was frustrated by the elimination by FTS, but a swerve here just targeting Art Vandalay, the latex salesman himself. Ndigwe going after the Disciples of Grey, perhaps.
Yeah, it seems like it. You know, he seems to have joined forces with Bobby Plaster, and perhaps more to come. Maybe there's, you know, I imagine they're not the only two who are a little discontented with what Garrison Gray's been doing recently, so we'll see.
Wild kickoff to the night. It's not how we thought it was going to go, but it is how it went. Now we've got tag team action. Got a couple of strikers here in Mason Jones and Kiho Sankari taking on the Barefoot Buddies. A couple of underdogs over there in Sangres and Eddie Vortex. Sankari and Jones are 0-1 in the tag division so far. We haven't seen a ton of them. Just before the pay-per-view, at Right to Fight, they faced off against Deadfire. Came up short there, but Deadfire's a veteran of the tag division. See what they can bring against the Barefoot Buddies here tonight, who sit at 1-2. Haven't had the hottest start to their tag work, but had a nice win against Bauer and Wolfhart back in episode 26. A match actually that saw Eddie Vortex go wire to wire. We didn't even see Sangres tagged in that match. Vortex got the win against Bauer and Wolfhart. See if that's the strategy employed here tonight. I'd be surprised if we don't see both of the buddies in action here.
Yeah, it was a bit surprising the way that that Vortex went bell to bell in that match. I mean, it was very impressive. It was obviously a different strategy, maybe not the most advisable strategy for tag team wrestling in general, but it seemed to work for one reason or another. I don't know if it was sort of like a matchup concern or what it was, but it was an interesting and kind of strange, but ultimately clever move on the part of the Barefoot Buddies, whether it was Eddie Vortex made the call or both of them. But I think that's the kind of thing you want to see out of a team like Barefoot Buddies, who have been wrestling for a bit now as a team. They need to start to understand the tactics and the X's and O's of a match, because that's what's going to take them to that next level. And I think that's maybe an indicator that they're starting to get it on another level. Really Billy Bean this stuff,
Yeah, if you start 0-2, what's it going to hurt to mix things up? And if you get a win that way, maybe you stick with it. Maybe you find something that works. There's strategy, there's superstition, there's technique. There's all kinds of things that might work for you. And if you can get something going, stick with it, see it through, and see what happens. And here they come. A couple of cruiserweights.
There they are, the Barefoot Buddies.
Bit more athletic look for Sangres here tonight. Seems to have dropped the blue jeans and rocking some trunks like his partner here. Maybe freeing up the movement. We know he likes to go to the kicks, the knees. He's got some of the most dangerous legs in the business. It looks like we're going to start off with Mason Jones and Eddie Vortex once again. And Jones is the hot start here. Takes Vortex right off his feet. Mason Jones is going to work early. Vortex gets out of the corner there, but we'll see. Trying to maneuver back to his half of the ring. Not going to get there. And right back into the corner he goes. Jones with a nice takedown after the running off the ropes there.
Drags him the long way around, too.
And in comes Sankari. Now, I think it's safe and fair to say Sankari, the more seasoned competitor on the team here amongst the two strikers there. He sits 15th in our power rankings, 6 and 7 in singles matches. We've seen a lot of work out of Sankari. Tag made by Vortex. In comes Sangres, and Vortex with a Hurricane Rana off the top into the power bomb.
It's incredible teamwork by Barefoot Buddies. And Sangres, sporting a new look tonight. That almost looks like he cut the jeans he used to wear into some booty shorts. And that's a hell of a choice, man. That's a commitment to your team that, again, I think it's a sign of bigger things. But he's out here looking like Granny Pinch Bottom in the meantime.
Yeah, he's got the Daisy Duke look going. If those are the same jeans that he was rocking before, we'll see if that helps him out tonight or not. Sankari trying to get things under control here.
back across the ring, and watch out for that corner offense.
Corner to
Sure
corner,
enough.
and the corner reversal offense, as always, on point here. Sankari's fought out.
And Sangres maybe saving his own ass there a little bit because, Sankari had his partner waiting right below. Gets back on top of some strikes, though.
Sankari with the leg work there. That's usually Sangres' game. Effective use there from Kiho Sankari.
Yeah, I mean, one skilled striker to another, I think they can appreciate the effectiveness of that sort of offense. Nice double hip toss and stereo kicks as Mason Jones goes to work on the booty shorts of Sangres.
I think Vortex wanted a tag there, didn't get it, but now he's going to. Sangres wisely getting out of there when he gets the first chance to. It's been a rough showing for him, but Eddie Vortex looking to go to work. Nice DDT there.
Very nice DDT. And really, using a quick offense here. I like the speed. I like the urgency that you're seeing out of Eddie Vortex right now.
Eddie Vortex lasted 125% of his debut from the year before in the Rumble last week, and that sounds a lot better on paper than what actually happened. Vortex was out there for 25 seconds compared to his 22nd debut last year. I don't think Eddie Vortex is cut out for the Rumble. Oh.
Well, yeah, wow, that was a heck of a spot to land on. But, maybe the Rumble's just not his game, or maybe it's a matter of getting some experience. I don't know. But he's not had good luck so far.
Oh, face first on the outside. There's a little bit of padding out there, but it's mostly cosmetic. That one can't feel good for Mason Jones.
Yeah, that red in his hair is going to be mixed with some red in his forehead in a minute.
Eddie Vortex running the ropes. Oh.
And a beautiful moonsault.
That Olympic athleticism from the Edmond native. Staring down merciless Mason Jones here.
And continues to stare him down, maybe playing some mind games while we're at it. Eddie, again, really feeling himself.
Vortex has had, I'd say problems in the past not going for pinfalls when perhaps he should. And is that the case here once again? He dives for Sangres, makes the tag. Sankari almost caught him.
That was a smart choice, getting out of the way there. Sankari came in kind of hot, and now Eddie gets a moment to rest, sends Sangres in. But it's a rough start for Sangres, too.
Yeah, immediately tossed outside of the ring by Sankari. Ooh. Tries to trade punches there, but Sankari takes control with the grapple. Oh, off the announce table. My goodness.
Yeah, that was a gnarly bump on his face.
Oh, no.
The knee right to the same spot on the face. He may be wearing that mask, but he's going to look ugly underneath it. And Sankari's through with him.
Sangres has got to pick up the pace here. He keeps going for things that Sankari is able just to capitalize on first.
Yeah, interestingly.
Bold choice by Sangres, taunting, and he hits the cutter. Sankari does, and goes right back to work.
Oh, but he misses on the corner splash. Mason Jones dropping off the apron.
Sangres might have evaded disaster there with that error by... Oh, nice counter by Eddie Vortex, who tags himself in.
That was a pretty great little gamangiri there by Eddie Vortex, but you gotta watch out. This corner offense is dangerous.
Yeah, Sankari was looking to take out Vortex on the apron there, and Eddie countered nicely. Ooh, nice little...
Uh-oh.
Oh no, coming around for the pummel horse is Eddie Vortex. Got all of that one, and what elevation.
What a splash on that, too. Goes for the pin.
Now Eddie's looking for a cover. He's got one, and then Jones breaks it up.
He sneaks in a kick on Jones, and Sangres going to work. Sangres not quite quick enough on that initial entry into the ring to protect the pin.
Jones is going to be feeling that one in his jaw later. But look out, Kiho Sankari has taken Eddie up to the top. Oh, no. Oh!
High for a super cutter. Man, a lot of elevation on that one.
Going for the cover. Here is Sankari. Has he done enough? 1, 2, and no! Eddie kicks out. Backflip from Kyo Sankari. He's still got some energy in the tank here. Oh, big
Yeah, he is fired up.
How about another? Underneath in a trio of them, Kyo Sankari going to work here, but a nice counter by Vortex gets himself back to his feet.
Air arm drag.
DDT.
Nice little kneeling DDT to follow it up. Sangres maybe thinking about reaching for a tag, but he's holding off.
I don't think Eddie could have got there anyway. Now a nice counter, another arm drag from Eddie Vortex, and he's going right back to the well with the DDT there.
Yeah, a little back and forth in this match. Both these guys have really laid it in on their opponents. They've put in a lot of work, but it's still very even. Could go either way. It's going to be about who can find some competitive advantage, who can read what's coming from their opponent, who's going to have a move well scouted.
Raking the bare foot off of the face of Sankari. Oh, my goodness.
Gets a little extra something on that last strike there, and I think he busted him open.
Sure enough, he got all of that. The bare foot of the barefoot buddy there busted Sankari open, but Sankari's back to his feet. Oh, no. Rolling elbow. Got every bit of it. Eddie is out.
Yeah, he looks out cold. That's really bad.
Going for the cover. Sangres breaks it up last second.
He saved the match for now, but is Eddie even going to be able to stand after that? I mean, he looks out.
Oh, signs of life. I think he would have been done if Sangres hadn't broke it up. Ooh.
And a pop-up Meteora from Eddie as well. He's really feeling himself right now.
What can Eddie Vortex do now? Sangres is a bit incapacitated on the outside. Vortex taking the time to stare down Sankari and gives him hope. Lets him crawl to his opponent and then stomps him, keeps him in.
And then also a standing shooting star press. We saw Vortex take a long time to do anything there. Maybe wonder if maybe he's a little dazed, a little fuzzy.
Open, so yeah.
He seems like he's got his wits about him now, or maybe he's feeling extra crazy.
Oh, no. Oh. Corkscrew crossbody, and I don't know if he got much of that, if any.
Yeah, I think that was a whiff. He may have gotten his feet because we did see Sankari fall, but not quite as much as you would have hoped.
Kind of took his legs out. Jones is going to break up the cover. Vortex going to work on Jones here. Eddie trying to control this thing from both sides. Still no Sangres. He's finally back to the apron. Right about now, Vortex could use some help. We haven't seen a lot of good offense from Sangres here, and he doesn't seem to notice that Sankari's going for the cover. 2 count.
Eddie kicks out. What resilience from the former Olympian.
Ref also didn't seem to notice that Sankari was on the ropes there. A little dirty pin action. Vortex in the corner, up off the top. Hurricane Rana takedown. Nice move from Vortex using the corner. Going to that head again. You can see he's favoring that cut where Sankari busted him open with that elbow. Vortex, even when he's kind of on top here, he seems a little bit out of it.
Yeah, Vortex definitely needing a tag, I think, more than anything right now. He's done really well in this match, held his own, but it's just time to take a breather, man.
Yeah, and he might have forgotten that that's an option here. Sankari certainly hasn't. He's wisely going to get out of there. He's been in a while. Jones now the active man for that team. And he's going to bring Vortex back in. Oh, all the way to the center of the ring with a big suplex. Off the ropes. Couple of drop kicks from Mason Jones. Oh!
Beautiful swinging neck breaker. Mason Jones fired up. He's had a bit to rest. Hasn't had to do much lately. And a beautiful blue thunderbomb follows it up. What offense from Mason Jones, and this might be it for Eddie Vortex.
Eddie Vortex is in a bad way, but Jones doesn't capitalize right away, gives Eddie a chance, and Eddie looking to capitalize here himself. Into a headlock, doesn't make anything of it though, and Mason Jones is going to work from the apron once more. Worked the first time, how about a second? Ooh, uppercut from Vortex. Couple of nice counters both ways here, Jones. Ooh, looked like he was going for a takedown. Vortex with a nice counter. Locks up the arm.
Goes for maybe a cutter there, but pushed off.
No luck. A solid reversal from Jones. Vortex throws him all the way to the outside. My goodness, Jones staggering to his feet. Wait a minute. Vortex is going over the top.
Oh, my.
All the way to the outside. Eddie Vortex.
What leaping ability. Incredible work by Vortex. Over not only the ropes, but his own tag partner. He cleared Sangres on that jump.
And Jones is still fighting, however. And Vortex got all of that one and had a ton of elevation over the top. Ooh, face first off the apron. These two teams really going at it. Nice DDT by Vortex, and I think the DDT took a little bit out of Eddie there.
It seems like it. He's very tired. He needs to get a tag. I've been saying it for a bit now. Sangres well rested, fired up. Eddie seems fired up too, but I think you just got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. Eddie, it's time to tag out, buddy.
And for Vortex, it might be time to walk away, possibly even time to run here. Needs to get Sangres in, perhaps, but also needs to get Mason Jones back inside the ring. Of course, no countouts in SWA tag action, but the pinfall or submission does have to happen inside the squared circle here. These two content to duel on the outside for the time being. Ooh, into the announce table.
Indeed, and face first into that little top section there. It has a little bit of give, but it's no fun, that's for sure.
We've seen Sangres tonight, but Vortex seems to be fueled by that last match, that win, and can really trying to do this all himself. I'm surprised by the decision making there. It's a tag team match, Eddie.
And Eddie seems to be someone who enjoys being on a team. You know, it's not like he's particularly resentful of his teammate Sangres, but now yet again, another tag and a fresher teammate comes in. Eddie Vortex still the one out there making Sangres sit on the apron.
Oh, no.
And another cutter.
Cutter from Sankara, and he's not done. Gets Vortex right back to his feet, and Vortex able to turn things around for the moment. Doesn't last long. There it is. Nice kick. Drops Sankara in the corner, and I thought he was going for a tag. My goodness. No, he's just going over to the top. Up on the turnbuckle is Eddie Vortex.
And a leaping senton right to the gut.
What a senton, going for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. Jones couldn't get there. Eddie Vortex does it again.
Wow, yeah, Mason Jones laid on the outside, and nobody to save Sankari. I mean, we were critical, we were skeptical, but ultimately, his strategy worked. His choice worked. Now, will it keep his teammate happy? I don't know. That remains to be seen. Like
we said at the beginning, find whatever thing it is that works and stick with it. And now 2 wins in a row, largely relying on Eddie Vortex for the Barefoot Buddies. And, Sangres seems pleased with the win there. Doesn't matter how, any way you can get it. A bloodied Eddie Vortex with a huge senton bomb on Kiyo Sankari and the pinfall. The Barefoot Buddies get a win in our second match of the night. They'll move to 2-2, back to 500 for them. First
hell of
time
a
they've been
rebound
at that marker, and 2 wins in a row after 2 losses after they had a lot of hype coming in the tag division. Maybe now they're finally backing it up. As we prepare for our next match, speaking of the tag division, how about it Right to Fight? The first time ever the Quinn brothers were defeated, and the New Era became your new tag team champions.
It's a surprise. I think, it on the one hand, it felt like at some point the tag team championships were going to have to change hands, right? Like at some point the Quinns had to lose. But it also felt like they became more and more unbeatable as time went on. I don't know. I still haven't been able to make sense of it.
So much momentum for the Quinn brothers. They were 9-0, had won the titles and defended them at every step of the way. New Era comes in. And, a very similar story. They've looked unbeatable so far as well. They now stand 6-0. They have the tag team championships. And it, remains to be seen what's going to happen with perhaps their first challenge. They'll have to put those things on the line eventually. And we might be seeing, a potential opponent for them later on tonight in our main event. We've got Dirty Deeds taking on the Quinn brothers. The Quinns want to get back at the titles. They want a chance at redemption there. And Dirty Deeds, after the odd circumstances that resulted in them not getting that title opportunity at Right to Fight, they'd like to prove that they should be in the picture as well. So it's going to be a fun main event. That's coming up later tonight. But right now we've got Corey Wolfhart taking on the Lion King, Nathan Bogard, in our third match here.
Yeah, and Nathan Bogard, someone who I think in a way Corey Wolfhart is a great opponent for him. Wolfhart, someone who I think came in with a lot of hype, has done a little bit of this, done a little bit of that, spent some time in the tag division, not really risen too far above the pack. But then you have a guy like Nathan Bogard who comes in, has a great showing at Two Night Stand, and then has kind of struggled to really get it off the ground after that strong debut. I think he's sort of piecing together an upward trajectory by like grit and sheer force of will. But I think taking down a guy like Corey Wolfhart is a great step in that direction, that upward trajectory he's trying to build for himself right now. I find them an interesting pairing.
Yeah, one of the strongest debuts we've seen in the SWA at our end-of-season pay-per-view last year. He goes toe-to-toe with DDT, one of the best wrestlers in the business right now, in a submission iron match. They fought to a draw, 5-5 in the submission side of things, and I've mentioned it before, I'll probably mention it again. There was about 10 more seconds left on that clock. Nathan Bogard might have won that thing. He had DDT in a precarious position as the time expired.
He did.
Could have had a win, and after that he started off, come out and dropped his first 3 matches on the singles side of things, and it was a bit of a disappointment to say the least. And he's won his last match. He's maybe trying to build something up. Took down Dead Peace via submission right before Right to Fight. And he came out in the Rumble, it's not like he won the thing, but he did come out, lasted 6 minutes. He got one elimination before he was sent away by former champ Warren Windham. And that elimination was against DDT himself. So, the battle between those two, perhaps not over yet. Bogard might have some feelings still about dropping the rematch with DDT after that Iron Man match. But he's got to get a win here tonight against Corey Wolfhart if he wants to keep the momentum going. Wolfhart at 2-4 right now would like to get a win back in the direction of 500 as well. Both of these men, 2 wins under 500 here.
And, a couple wins under 500 really kind of separates you from a whole tier of competitors. We've talked about this a lot, who are kind of in that middle ground, really fighting for some way to rise above everyone else. Both these guys being a couple wins under 500. Oh, as we're seeing the Lion Tamer already from
going
Bogard.
Right into it, and can Wolfhart get out of that? He's in a bad place. Does fight out of it, but he was center of the ring there. Bogard's looking for another submission victory.
And a quick one at that. That was incredible stuff. That was very high angle submission, really wrenching that lower back, places the knee into the back too to add some extra pressure. That's going to hurt Corey Wolfhart going forward. He's not going to be able to move as smoothly with the way his spine was twisted like that.
Yeah, looking to, eliminate some of the strength of Wolfhart by focusing on the back there. Bogard, though, here, pinning situation for Wolfhart, that's just a 1 count.
Yeah, Wolfhart, I think maybe a little desperation pin, but not able to keep control of things. Bogard back on top.
And Lion King really slamming Wolfhart on his ass there. And a little back and forth. Back body drop from Bogard. Again, damage to the lower back. Corey Wolfhart here could be setting up another attempt at a submission here. Rolls to the outside. Wolfhart's going to follow him out there. We will have a count. Singles matches, count-outs, fair game here. We also saw a count-out loss for Bobby Plaster at Right to Fight. Wasn't actually pinned or submitted by the Disciples of Gray, but he did lose via disqualification. A tactical decision by the Disciples, but one that, unsurprisingly, Bobby Plaster called into question following that match.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only normal. Oh, my, with the big shoulder check.
The pounce from the Lion King himself.
Yeah. The sheer animal ferocity of Nathan Bogard here, the Lion King,
going
is
for the
incredible.
cover, scenic route from the ref. 2 count. Might have had a 3 had the ref went right into it. Bogard can't believe it. Can't say that I blame him. Seems to be waiting on Wolfhart to get to his feet here.
Got him set up for that.
Oh, what a reversal from Wolfhart. Could have been all over there if he'd hit that Tiger driver instead. Wolfhart gets out, and he's looking to capitalize in a big way here. Looking for the jackhammer. Got it.
Goes immediately for the pin. Smart work. The ref right there this time.
Is that it? No. Bogard's got a shoulder up at 2. Thought that was the end of the line for the Lion King there. Looked like a win for Corey Wolfhart was in store.
Yeah, that was starting to look an awful lot like an elephant graveyard, I got to say. But the Lion King lives on another day.
We will continue here. Oh, spear from Wolfhart. Has he done it? 1, 2, and 3. Corey Wolfhart comes away victorious after the spear.
And surprising outcome, I think there may be a little bit. We've talked about how Bogard's been on a bit more of an upward trajectory, and we've seen Wolfhart maybe struggle a bit more in singles action. But great work by Corey Wolfhart, staying resilient. Managed to get out of that Tiger Driver 98, and that was all she wrote. It was over from there.
Yeah, Wolfhart gets his 3rd victory. Bogard falls to 1 and 4, and it's been a struggle for him in the singles game. We'll see what he needs to do to get things going. But a nice win for Corey Wolfhart. Going to move himself up the rankings a little bit. Next up, we've got a battle of heavyweights here. The Machine taking on Benjamin Goldenberg. They're almost in a deadlock here in the middle of our power rankings, 20 and 21st, respectively, for the Machine and Goldenberg. 5 and 7 for the Machine, 4 and 6 for Goldenberg, the member of the Fallen Gods. He and Savea dropped a match to Unhinged last week at Right to Fight. We'll see what Goldenberg's got in the singles tank here against the Machine, who's had an up and down career so far, but has really been on a bit of an upswing, improving his record to 5 and 7, still seeking out that coveted 500 record to get things going even further up the rankings. But he's trying to capitalize on some of the hype that was there for him early in his career, and sort of a similar story for both of these competitors here tonight.
The Machine here, nice, slow, methodical, I suppose you could say, entrance. Really taking his time. Feels like it's supposed to be some sort of big, epic moment. But, I don't know. It's for a guy, as you've mentioned, who's struggled a bit. I wonder, maybe cut out some of the pomp and ceremony, man. Just focus on fighting the matches.
Yeah, we've seen him, look unstoppable, and we've seen him look very, very beatable. He's tried out a manager in Art Vandelay a while back. That didn't work out for him either. So we'll see. Really, starting off, we got a battle of entrances here. Both men like to take their sweet time making their way to the ring, and then we'll see if the match itself lives up to that type of elevation that we see from what they like to bring to the presentation early on.
Yeah, speaking of presentation, I heard that Goldenberg hires those security guards himself.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't in the budget for the SWA for, someone admittedly in kind of the mid-card right now on the singles side of things. He's not going to get the ultimate superstar treatment, but he does have some pretty sweet pyro.
He does, and inhaling that smoke, breathing it out through his nose like a dragon, I gotta admit, that's pretty dang cool.
We'll see what he's got tonight against the Machine, the Fallen God himself. He's not accompanied tonight by SWA. They struggled in their match against Unhinged, and there was a little bit of awkwardness following that match. We'll see if there's any issues, any trouble in paradise between those two. As they dropped to Slate and Onyx Stone, the Fallen Gods fell to 1-2 after that match at Right to Fight. Unhinged went to 7-3.
Yeah, we've seen some friction in a couple of different tag teams recently. We've had guys walking out on their partners, or at least expressing frustration after the match. I think maybe it was smart of Goldenberg here to sort of leave SWA out of this. You don't want any distractions. You want to be able to focus on the match here. So don't even invite the conversation, because this is not the time and place to sort it out. And we see here, despite that early scoop slam, it seems like Goldenberg is maybe ready to go.
It's the Machine, really a formidable sized opponent here. One of the few people that makes Benjamin Goldenberg look a little small out there in the ring. 6'11" for the Machine, a true giant out there.
Yeah, so big he has to go over that top rope when he comes in the ring. That's how you know they're tall.
Oh, ref got into that one a little bit, and Machine connected in the corner, which is somewhat of a rare feat here in the SWA.
And a nerve hold, now pinching that shoulder. Tingling all the way down the arm and in the fingers. Makes it hard to hold on to stuff.
Going back to it, the strength. There's a lot of strength in the hands of the Machine. We see him go to that Machine takedown, that strong right hand, and using it there for those nerve holds. Goldenberg finally gets back to his feet, though, and we'll see if it's going to be long-lasting. Not indeed. Into the corner he goes, and then the Machine dumps him off the top rope there. Oh, what a kick.
Right to the lower back. That's smart, Oh, and kind of connects, kind of whiffs with the discus punch there, but lays him out with a clothesline and sort of stands to survey things.
Accuracy issues really plague the Machine before, and he really kind of just botched it there, missed the big move that he was going for, and we'll see, if that affects him again in this match, or if he's sorted that out already. Machine's going to get back in the ring here. We're going to get a 4 count. Goldenberg will follow him inside.
Oh, Goldenberg, impressive strength on
taking
display.
Up the Machine for the pile driver. Right to the cover as Goldenberg 1, 2, and no. Shoulder up for the Machine.
Goldenberg's just incredulous there. I mean, he figured for sure all the effort it takes to get the machine up like that would be enough, but it's not. He's got to keep fighting here. Those shoulder tackles when you're the size. Oh, and he connects.
Got
with
it
that
there
one.
and folded him in half. Lawn chaired him. Now on the machine going for the cover. 1, 2, and kicked out by Goldenberg.
Nice kick out by Goldenberg, who surely is seeing stars or maybe little cartoon birds right now.
Couple of near falls both ways. The machine gets the machine takedown. Strong right to the jaw of Goldenberg, and Goldenberg might be completely out of it.
Yeah, we saw the way he crumpled there. The ref running around the long way to check the
1,
face
2,
and the head
and 3.
area.
No chance for the Goldenberg after that takedown connected. He was right next to the ropes and couldn't even grab a hold. The machine gets his 6th victory, goes to 6-7. Big win for him, taking down a strong opponent. Goldenberg is back to his feet here. Showing some respect to the machine after that match. And the machine got all of that machine takedown, and you know, he's got pretty good odds when that thing connects. And we'll see, you know, if he continues that trajectory moving up the power rankings. He was sitting at 20th coming into tonight. A 6th victory should help him out there. And, you know, maybe some better things are in store for the machine in the future here. We look forward to our next match here. We've got Dom Juan, who debuted in the Rumble, taking on the Phoenix Diego Mercer here tonight.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. We've seen Dom Juan very briefly in the Rumble. You know, didn't get to see much of him, but excited to see this new guy here in the SWA. And wow, all right, he's got an impressive hat there, I gotta say.
That's a hell of a feather or two. That is also a slick boy.
He does look quite oily, quite greasy.
I mean, moves and oil here. Fucking Dom Juan. We didn't, like you said, we didn't see him for long in the Rumble. 1:40. He was put out by Eric Draven. He's got a chance here tonight at Draven's teammate, Diego Mercer, both members of Deadfire.
Let the guy have his moment here on the SWA stage. Welcome Dom Juan to the family.
He's going to be facing off against the Phoenix Diego Mercer here tonight. Mercer is 3-2 in singles action. 19th in our power rankings. He's as a member of Deadfire. They are 5-6, kind of veterans of the tag division. Tonight, though, working singles match against Dom Juan.
And his opponent from Tijuana, Mexico, weighing in at 182 pounds, Diego Mercer.
Interesting to note that Diego Mercer comes out by himself tonight. No tag partner accompaniment. Usually we see either Dead Piece or Eric Draven accompany him to the ring.
Yeah, I'm curious, you know, our next match actually features the Crow, Eric Draven. I'm wondering if, you know, that's no doubt the reason we're not seeing Draven here tonight, but maybe Dead Piece didn't want to have to choose between his two partners here tonight, or maybe he's going to be accompanying Draven.
That's fair. That's a good point. And a decent reason not to accompany
DDT
one
and a cover attempt by Dom Juan, 1 count. That would have been a hell of a record.
You know, I got to tell you, I could tell this guy was cocky from the way he came in, but that's another level.
Single leg action there from Diego Mercer, but Dom Juan back to his feet here. Shiny man, shiny clothes for Dom Juan, and really shiny hair.
It's very very wet, very greasy. Don't know what kind of snake oil he's putting in there, but it's quite shiny. It's impressive Mercer's been able to hold on to this guy at all. So we see a nice blockbuster there.
Might have been looking for some more hot single leg action. Instead, it's a nice counter by Dom Juan, and then a series of fists delivered to the face of Diego Mercer.
Yeah, really nice double leg takedown there, very Lou Thez-like. As Dom Juan stares at his opponent and just decks him off the apron.
Shades of the machine there. Strong right from Dom Juan, who almost gets hung up in the ropes a little bit.
Wailing on Mercer outside.
Ooh, nice takedown from Mercer.
Little leg lariat action there.
Takes Dom Juan off his feet. Nice counter, though, by Dom here.
Yeah, he missed an enziguri there.
Back
Dom
and forth
countered it, I
action
suppose.
here on the outside. I think we're at a 5 count now. These two need to look out, not get disqualified here. We're up to 6. Dom Juan seems content to... Nope, now he's going to get back inside. Mercer seems a little dazed and confused out there. We're up to an 8 count. Mercer shaking out the cobwebs. Oh, Dom Juan busting out some dance moves.
Yeah, and Mercer gets in just in time there. It was a 9 count when he got in the ring. Dom Juan seemed content to take the count-out victory there.
Yeah, I mean, looking for a win in a singles debut any way possible. Catches that missile drop kick, though. That one's not going to feel good, but a nice counter headbutt.
Uh-oh. Into the corner.
Ooh.
Big clothesline there.
Connects in the corner. Now Dom going for another cover. He's going to get another 1 count. Yeah, not quite enough to put down the Phoenix. Like the name implies, that guy, as well as all the members of his tag team, Deadfire, they will rise from the ashes. Tough to put down. Some of the most resilient competitors we have in the SWA, but a nice slam. Oh, Dom's thinking more.
Nice overhead suplex and a beautiful German to follow it up.
Oh,
And then
how
goes for his
about a
Phoenix
third
suplex.
for Dom Juan? Now going for a cover. Is that enough to put away the Phoenix? 2 count, shoulders up.
An incredible trio of suplexes, not quite enough, but definitely did quite a bit of damage there on Diego Mercer.
Dom there with some single leg action, does some damage to the left knee of Mercer, but Mercer fights back to his feet, trying to get things to swing back his way a little bit. Could be looking to go up to the high rent district here. Top rope Mercer.
And a Phoenix splash from the Phoenix, Diego Mercer.
Going for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. Diego Mercer has done it. Spoils the debut of Dom Juan with that Phoenix splash. And the Phoenix himself, sure enough, impossible to put down here tonight, and comes away with a victory.
And some incredible work, you mentioned as always with these guys in Deadfire. They're just unkillable. Always rising from the ashes, and impressive bounce back there a couple different times for Diego Mercer, who just remains a tough defeat. But I think I saw some great stuff there from Dom Juan. I'm excited to see what we're going to see from him in the future.
Yeah, I mean, a good showing. He was in control of a lot of that match, but that's the kind of opponent that Mercer really is. It can turn things on a dime, and did indeed with that Phoenix splash. Kind of came out of nowhere and got every bit of it. And that's the fighting style, the fighting spirit of Deadfire and their members. And we'll see, next up if Eric Draven can capitalize on that as well, taking on Captain Tiger Marsh here in our 6th match of the night, leading up to our main event coming up after this one. Draven and Marsh should be a good one. It's a matchup of two competitors in the top 6 of our power rankings. Marsh coming in at 10-6 and 6th in the power rankings, and Draven at 10-4 sits 4th right now. Should be a good one. A couple of top competitors right here.
Yeah, this is a strong matchup on both sides. A couple of guys who are always a threat to win, and I think a couple of guys who have really shown us that, you know, perseverance and just, you know, stick-to-itiveness will grind out some wins for you, make you a threat if you just keep hustling, keep working at it. Neither of these guys are getting the flashy squashes or anything like that.
Competitors are looking for their 11th victory here tonight, which would put them in a multi-man tie for the second most victories in SWA, far behind the 17 mark of gracious Garrison Gray, who is 17-4, a 6-win lead over the rest of the competition. But you got to get them one at a time, and for Draven and Marsh, that chance is tonight. A big match against big opponents could do a lot for their resume.
Yeah, every sort of quality win is a huge, stamp on your resume. It's an important thing. Every time you face an opponent like this, how you hold up to the challenge really, I think, is indicative of your chances at competing for a championship, which is ultimately why these guys are here. As we see here, the match getting underway.
Yates and Marsh, Draven and Marsh. The Crow and the captain here.
Nice little bit of chain wrestling from these two. Significant size disadvantage, but nonetheless, we see a beautiful takedown by Eric Draven.
Yeah, nice work. Now Marsh trying to get it, and yes, certainly he goes down to the mat. We got a little side headlock action here on the ground, but a nice counter by Draven. These two showing a lot of technical proficiency early on in the match. Must be a result of all that CrossFit training for Marsh. Ooh, nice Hurricane Rana takedown for Draven.
Yeah, beautiful athleticism. I think we talk about this a lot too, but when you have this sort of size mismatch, when you're Eric Draven here, you're the cruiserweight, I think what you got to see is you have to have a real pace to your offense. You got to be nonstop. You got to have your foot on the gas at all times. You got to outwork him and outlast him. Hope that Tiger Marsh can't keep up with your speed and your agility. So far, Marsh has taken him to task, though, it seems.
Another nice Hurricane Rana, though, from Draven, trying to get things maybe going in his way a little bit. Looking for a cover here. Not sure if he's done enough. Sure enough, it's just a 1 count. The Crow, the only one of these two competitors who has had a title shot. He was taken down by Tomio Yamaguchi. Oh, big kick there. Taken down by Yamaguchi at 2-night stand after he won our Golden Trial tournament. Captain Marsh still seeking that first opportunity at the belt.
Yeah, and going through someone who's got a victory in the Golden Trial tournament is a great way to do that, to get yourself there, to help climb those power rankings. It gets pretty tough at the top. It's tough to separate all these elite competitors. Marsh is going to be looking for a way to do that. Draven as well. He wants to get back there. He didn't succeed last time. He thinks maybe the next time is the one. You got to believe that, and you got to work for it at all times. Beautiful standing shooting star press by Eric Draven, and now he goes for a pin again.
Another 1 count. Marsh out of that one pretty quickly. We will fight on here, and a counter looks like by Tiger Marsh.
Marsh throws him to the outside here and then pauses to flex. Shades of superstar Billy Graham.
Daring Draven to get back inside, and he does just that. The Crow with a nice kick there. Takes the captain off his feet.
We've seen Draven put in a lot of work on the arms here. You know, he's not really a submission guy. It's an interesting choice, maybe limiting his offensive ability.
Another 1 count, though. Marsh is out again easily. Maybe Draven's been taking lessons from teammate Dead Peace, who is a member of Sub Gang there. Draven going off the middle rope.
Beautiful moonsault off Brett's rope and some fantastic work. I think he's doing a good job of what I talked about, keeping that pressure on, keeping the speed up, not letting Tiger Marsh catch a breath. And that's how he's going to win this match. Beautiful DDT. Gets the leg swung out for a little extra leverage. And only a 1.5 count.
Yeah, maybe Marsh has fought out all of these attempts in record time here. Not really letting this go further, but he could be in a bad way here. Black leather mask from Eric Draven. Oh, doubles.
Only a 2 count.
Doubles it there, gets 2, but that's not going to be enough. We're keeping score at home. We're looking at for 3 on the pinfall attempts. And off the middle rope there, it's a DDT from Captain Tiger Marsh.
Yeah, draped him over that. No way to protect yourself on the fall. Marsh going to the corner, maybe thinking about tuning up the band, but he changes his mind. Oh, dumps him to the outside.
Draven happy about that one, and he should be. It's a long fall for a big guy.
Yeah, you know, he ran in for a clothesline, it looked like, and Draven just dumped Marsh directly over the rope. Fell all the way to the floor. And he doesn't seem to be feeling it all that much, I gotta say, as he catches him in midair.
What a reversal for Marsh there. Draven is going to make his way back into the 6 count here.
Nice reverse DDT. Draven here with a leaping clothesline.
Yeah, had to get up high enough there and executes the rest of it well. A lot of momentum behind him right now. Could be looking to get something going and put it away. A spear from Eric Draven.
Yeah, it kind of folds Marsh in half there. The ref right next to the shoulders of Tiger Marsh.
3, the Crow is victorious. A big win for Eric Draven, his 11th. Moves him to 11-4. And a strong win over a good opponent here in Captain Tiger Marsh, who drops to 10-7.
And extending a bit of respect, it seems.
Draven's got to be pretty happy with that win here. Big match. First episode outside of Right to Fight. And a nice one for Eric Draven. Puts himself firmly inside the top 5 of the power rankings with another win. His 11th. He joins Tomio Yamaguchi, Warren Wyndham, Painwrecker, and Triple G as competitors with at least 11 wins. Pretty good company there at the top of the power rankings. Next up, though, we've got our main event. And speaking of top of the power rankings, it's the now former champs, the Quinn brothers, at 9-1. You know, they've still got they're not the champs, but it's hard to argue against them being perhaps still the best tag team in the division. That's what they want to, defend here tonight. They've proven it more than anyone else, but right now they are without the belts. New Era taking them away at Right to Fight. Big win for them. For Dirty Deeds, it's 3-1. Their only loss coming when DDT abandoned Yamaguchi in the ring against New Era, lost them that opportunity at the Quinn Brothers, and they get the opportunity tonight here with the titles not on the line because the Quinn Brothers no longer hold them.
Yeah, you have to wonder, after what was a well-contested match, a very close match between New Era and Dirty Deeds, DDT walks out, costs them the match. Very strange set of occurrences. We don't know what's gone on between them since. They seem to have worked it out, as they're obviously working together here tonight. But they have to be thinking in the back of their minds, that could have been us. We could have been the ones to have that opportunity and to dethrone the Quinns finally. So here they want to get that win to prove they could have done it just the same.
Yeah, and it would be hard to argue that the victor of this match could potentially be the next contender for those titles. I mentioned earlier, that the Quinn Brothers want a shot at him again, and you got to be pretty confident that Yamaguchi and DDT here, Dirty Deeds, would like a chance at him with on the line that they missed out on. And two of the teams right now that are really top of the division, it's also a completely new tag division. We talked for a long time about how there was such a chasm between the Quinn Brothers and the rest of the division. Well, New Era, they made the leap and they made it across 6-0. Now you're talking about the 6-0 New Era tag team champions, 9-1 Quinn Brothers. Dirty Deeds are 3-1 here, and having only lost in what ended up being essentially a handicap match. There's a lot to be excited about in the tag division, and this matchup here could really start to, really weed out the top of that list, see who's really the best of the best here.
And here they come for the first time in a long time without those belts. Jamie and Noah Quinn, the Quinn brothers.
460 pounds, James Quinn and Noah Quinn.
Kind of a lot on the line for them, dropping the titles is one thing, but a loss comes for everybody eventually, and it's really how you react on the other side of it. They've got a chance really to show their character here tonight. How do they bounce back from not only a loss, but a loss on the grandest stage at a pay-per-view with the titles on the line? If they want to get the belts back, it starts tonight. That tour starts tonight, and their chance at getting back at New Era goes through Dirty Deeds in the main event here in episode 27 of SWA.
The Quinns here, yet another tag team looking to right the ship a bit. We've talked a lot about that in recent episodes, and now the former undefeated champs find themselves on that side of things. Meanwhile, Dirty Deeds looking fired up. The champ, Tomio Yamaguchi, starts this one on the apron, letting his partner, DDT, start it in the ring.
Yeah, and we talked about this at Right to Fight. Thought it might have been the lighting. DDT, I mentioned at Right to Fight that he looked like he needed a drink of water. Like he was dehydrated. I don't know if he's fallen off of his skincare routine or what's going on, but
yeah, he looks a little pale. Maybe he's been spending too much time inside, working out, playing video games or whatever. He does look like he needs some sun or something.
Yeah, he's not looking as well as we've seen him You know, he sits at 8th in our power rankings, 9-6. He's been a great singles competitor and has shown some flashes of brilliance as well here in the tag division. I hope that he's taking care of himself and, you know, not letting that loss really get to him too much here, as he has Jamie Quinn wrapped up here. Could be putting this one away early if Quinn can't get out of it.
Certainly looking to, as he rolls him around and then applies the submission. Not quite enough to make Jamie Quinn tap out.
Yeah, and patented DDT there as he lets him out of it. That's a strategy we've seen him employ perhaps more than any of the other members of Sub Gang here, maintaining control by giving up a little bit.
Yeah, it's smart approach, clever strategy. It also makes you a little unpredictable, which I think helps him as matches go on.
Tag was made there. The world champ Tomio Yamaguchi is the active man now for Dirty Deeds. We've yet to see Noah Quinn. It's been all Jamie so far, but it looks like we're going to make a tag here, and now Yamaguchi and Noah Quinn are the active men. We've essentially started this match over.
Yeah, but you know, this time little more is learned about each opponent, right? They've seen all four of them work now, and everything you learn about your opponent, everything they do tells you something else, and everything you learn gives you the info you need to win a match, hopefully. I think we can say all four of these guys, students of their opponents, study the film, study the tape, and they prepare.
Oh, shoulder first off the ring post. A tough impact for Yamaguchi, who defended that world championship at Right to Fight against Painwrecker. In a 2 out of 3 falls match, Yamaguchi went 2-0 in that one. No falls for him against Painwrecker, the only person who has ever beaten Yamaguchi all the way back in our inaugural tournament at the beginning of Season 1.
Yeah, I think a pretty definitive statement there from the champ. Speaking of that nice combo atomic drop and big boot, really laid out Noah Quinn. He's looking to get a tag, but he won't get it. DDT interfering.
Seems like he completely lost sight of DDT there. Just kind of walked past him.
A nice slow pace from the Quinns tonight. Very interesting choice. You know, Jamie, a bit of a submission artist. Noah, not so much.
Oh,
The drop kick to the back of the head there. My goodness.
yeah, after the tag was made, Jamie now the active man once more. We're kind of back to where we started here with Thomas and Quinn, Jamie in the ring. Tag made. Yamaguchi's back in, and he brings with him a strong kick to the head of Jamie Quinn. But a nice counter, and the Quinn brothers have made another tag.
Another tag. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. These guys are smart. You know, they're experienced tag wrestlers. They're doing a good job of staying fresh, keeping, somebody new in the ring at all times. And, I think they're playing a long game here. They're not expecting to win this one quickly. They know they're going to wear down the champ and his partner, who's also one of the 10 best.
Now Noah looking for a cover. He gets a 2 count there. It's a little bit more than what I expected before Yamaguchi gets out.
2 count off the super kick. I think you can be happy with that. That's indicating exactly what I was talking about. They're wearing these guys down. And, if the Quinns keep up their strategy before they know it, they might have a victory here tonight.
Would be their 10th victory in the tag division. They already have the lead. 2 wins more than the next closest competitor, and could be the first one to double digits with a win here tonight. New Era's, or Dirty Deeds, rather, looking for their 4th.
Noah Quinn here just staring down his opponent, staring straight into the champ's eyes. Meanwhile, DDT tries to hop in, grabs the ref's attention.
Thought about coming in and getting involved. Hammerlock DDT from Noah Quinn. He's going for the cover. Ref is distracted by DDT here. Finally going down. 1, 2, and kicked out last second. I think DDT saved Yamaguchi's ass there with a well-timed distraction.
That was great tag team work. I wondered if maybe...
Oh,
and he
misses
missed on
the
a
Superman punch.
Oh, man. That's going to hurt him, but not in the way it usually does. That's really bad news. Yamaguchi maybe out on his feet a little bit more than we realized. Completely misjudges the distance.
Oh, gets it on Jamie Quinn, though. Got all of it.
I misspoke, apparently. Boy, did he connect on that one. As DDT drops off the apron, says, no, Yamaguchi, you finish this one.
Yamaguchi goes for the tag. DDT says no. Jamie Quinn kicks out of 2.
Interesting moment there. It almost looked like maybe DDT was going to leave his partner again, but instead he gestured and said, no, don't tag me in. You need to win this. That's some tough love from your teammate, but now he's got the ankle lock locked in.
Oh, and he's got it deeper now. Legs wrapped. Jamie Quinn trying to turn out of this. Breaks the hold.
Man, Jamie Quinn really feeling the pain here tonight. He has taken all the offense from Yamaguchi.
Tags in his brother Noah here. They're taking Yamaguchi up to the top. Oh, no. Off the top turnbuckle. Yamaguchi's trying to crawl out of there. Can't say that I blame him.
Nice little drop toe hold, but he wastes his time taunting here. Maybe not the best decision.
If this was any other competitor, maybe DDT had really trying to build them up to show them, teach them something. But we're talking about the world champion here who just hit another Superman punch that DDT refused to tag from.
Say that, and I get why you'd be surprised, but I think even people who are champions, being a champion means you always have a target on your back. I think even people like that need their close friends, their close allies to encourage them and remind them what they're capable of. As we see here, a nice go to sleep.
Right into the
Good night,
cover.
Housen.
And rope break from Noah Quinn.
Boy, Yamaguchi just cannot catch a break here. Instead, Noah Quinn catches the break and gets an arm drag to maybe get some offense in here.
Wraps up the left, but Yamaguchi fighting his way out of that hold. Unfortunate placement after that big move from Yamaguchi. I thought that was it for Noah Quinn.
I think everybody did. But instead, we've seen a little bit of a resurgence from Quinn. Got a little wind off that rope break, but he's getting worn down here pretty quickly. And DDT now the legal man again.
Now the tag made. DDT allowing the dive, and Jamie Quinn's now live.
And that was a choice by DDT. I don't know if it was a wise choice, but it was definitely a choice.
Rolls him up and lets him out. DDT is playing some mind games here that I don't know if he needs to be. A lot of interesting choices from Thomas. This is uncharacteristic what we're seeing out of him. It's like a different person.
Yeah, something seems off about him here, but you know what's not off is the quickness with which he can get into that ankle lock.
This looks like the Thomas we know, and Jamie Quinn is tapped out. DDT with the submission victory for Dirty Deeds. That'll do it. What a win for them. Jamie and Noah Quinn free-falling a bit here. Second loss in a row after having none through their first 9 matches. And it's the Fed with the ankle lock on Jamie Quinn. Sub-gang versus sub-gang. And DDT sure knows how to get a submission victory. He's got 9 of them in singles action, and he gets one here tonight in this tag match against the Quinn brothers. But and what are we seeing between these two? Celebrating together here after this match, but again with the it's like the communication isn't entirely clear, or like Thomas is just he's got other thoughts on how a lot of this needs to go, and I don't know, maybe he's trying to control the narrative here.
Yeah, I think Yamaguchi really fired up there. You could see, but perhaps confused, perhaps a little frustrated with the way that his teammate was acting. I do think it was ultimately a good thing to encourage his teammate the way he did. Say, no, you got this. You hit the Superman punch. You finish this off. But I think there's got to be a better way to do that, and maybe that's the thing. But like you said, it almost seems as if DDT's of two minds sometimes. So I don't know what to make of it.
A big win regardless for Dirty Deeds, though. They give the Quinn brothers their second loss in a row, and I didn't think we were going to be anywhere close to that being a statement we would say here on commentary with the Quinn brothers the way they were headed. But a big win for Dirty Deeds. They go to 4-1. The Quinn brothers dropped to 9-2, and we had a hell of a card. Otherwise, we saw some great action. Starting off with a backstage attack from Chiamaka and Digway on Art Vandelay. That one really altered the card that we were expecting to see here tonight. The Barefoot Buddies got back to 500 against Kiho Sankare and Mason Jones. Corey Wolfhart got a nice win over the Lion King. The Machine took down Benjamin Goldenberg. Diego Mercer, the Phoenix, spoiling the singles debut of Dom Juan. Eric Draven taking down Captain Tiger Marsh, and the victory you just saw from Dirty Deeds in our main event. We thank you for coming out for episode 27. We will be back in some capacity next week as we march on towards our next pay-per-view in a few weeks. But episode 28 next week, we're going to have a good one. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time, and have a good night.